Hi, my name is Dr Rohan Weerasinghe and I'm talking to you from Copenhagen in Denmark, and I feel very privileged because today I have a multi-million pound portfolio with my business partner. I have investments that create passive income. I travel the world. I'm spending the next 3 or 4 months here in European areas like Copenhagen, and then I'm travelling out to Australia, which I'm very excited about, in September and October, and then on to probably the Mediterranean. And I'm privileged because my lifestyle is supported by the various investments and businesses that I've developed. But it wasn't always that way. Literally 10, 11 years ago, I was working very hard as a self-employed consultant, generating an income, but I wasn't happy. I was frustrated. I'd come from an employed role into self-employed, thinking that was going to be my solution to financial freedom. I went through divorce in the late 90s, early 2000. My mother developed cancer. I was in a really dark place and very, very frustrated with my career and just wanted to enjoy life more, and I didn't feel valued, to be honest. And everything turned around in 2000, 2001 when I started to educate myself in the world of property investing. And the result of that was I went on several courses. I spent over £20,000 on courses and having mentoring both in the UK and overseas as well. And that resulted in myself and my business partner buying over 40 properties in just over a year, and then that portfolio doubled. We also then started to add to it with land developments and built a multi-million pound property related business, which was very exciting for us. And on that journey I realised I have a passion to help other people do the same thing. So over this last 10 years plus, I've helped tens of thousands of people around the world develop the skills and teaching them the tools necessary to become financially independent, whether they're currently unemployed, whether they're in a job and frustrated, whether they're entrepreneurs, possibly self-employed or running their own business right now, right through to the very high level top professionals, people that want to create wealth and financial independence through passive income. And that's what I'd like to help you do. So coming over to Australia, I've got lots of tools that I'm bringing with me. I've got a long-standing history with Australia now, going back to 1999, 2000. So I'm excited to share with you what I think is working right now in your current market, and maybe some things that you haven't thought about looking at before because you're only possibly seeing it from one perspective. One of the things I noticed about Australia when I first started looking into property out there was that you typically buy properties for equity, for capital, without a focus on income. In fact, you have negatively geared properties out there. Now, the challenge with negatively geared properties is that that's a negative cash flow, which means if you have problems in your career and you lose your job, for example, or your income isn't as stable as you hoped it would be, and you've got a property over here that's negatively cash flowing, even if it's got equity, you're in trouble. Now, we don't teach that. I teach people how to create positive cash flow, income generating properties that actually bring in sufficient income so that it covers your expenses, so you don't even have to go into work if you don't want to. What we've decided to do is, in the webinars that we're putting together for you over a series of 4 or 5 weeks, we'll be teaching you the mechanics, the tools, the fundamentals necessary for anybody, whether you're unemployed right now, whether you're employed, whether you're self-employed, running a business, you might be very high level in the corporate world, whatever your circumstances. I can guarantee you, if you don't have an asset-based income generating business model behind what you're doing, then if we go into a second part of the recession, a double dip for example, which is highly likely, or if the market changes and your circumstances change and your business or your career takes another direction that you don't want it to take, at least you've got financial security there. So I want to show you what tools are necessary to put you on that path, and we'll be giving you a very intense 4 hours of presentations. In other words, 4 webinars, 1 hour each, which is equivalent to half a day's seminar. People spend thousands of pounds to come and see me as I travel the world, and we're going to be doing this for free. So I'm going to be online speaking alongside my colleague Matthew Snedden, who's based out there in Australia, and I'll be out there to teach actually in September face to face with anybody that genuinely wants to become financially independent. So look out for the dates for the webinars. They'll be on the website that I'm being presented here with you, and I look forward to certainly speaking to you on the webinar, and then hopefully getting a chance to meet you face to face so that I can possibly look you in the eye and give you a few tools even as we speak that I think might be appropriate for you to become financially independent, no matter what your circumstances. So I'll first of all see you on the webinars.